I said before, Dricus is in very good, strong hands in this fight, and we will make sure to remember his name with 2 seconds of silence afterwards.
He's by far the better grappler and has more strength and better jiu-jitsu. Like, DDP is non-stop pressure. He's awkward, and that awkwardness gets it done.
Khamzat Chimaev gears up for Dricus du Plessis and has unleashed an absolute beast mode in a jaw-dropping new training clip. Moreover, in the training clips, we can see Khamzat giving his absolute best, grinding relentlessly to sharpen his endurance and stamina. With his past cardio questions still lingering in fans' minds, word is he's leaving no room for doubt this time.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, time!
Adding to that, Chimaev's training clips show him dialing in on the details most fighters ignore, working on unusual drills for coordination and balance. He's been seen standing on a circular balance ball while catching and tossing balls back and forth with a partner.
After the fight's over. Good. Nice. No. High. Good. Go. Good. Nice.
Meanwhile, Khabib Nurmagomedov weighed in with some pointed advice for Khamzat Chimaev. Khabib urged Khamzat to keep the fight standing and turn it into a boxing match, arguing that Khamzat's boxing is sharper than DDP's and gives him the better shot at winning. He warned that if Khamzat doesn't close the show early and instead burns energy trying to drag DDP to the mat over and over, he'll risk gassing out and giving Dricus an opening he shouldn't have.
Я думаю, что мое личное мнение, я бы Хамзату посоветовал бы, чтобы он в стойке дрался с ним.
Но мне кажется, вот как будто вот его стиль такой, что с первых минут атаку, как будто его надо придерживаться, нет, этого стиля?
Прикинь, если я делал бы, я бы посоветовал бы по-другому.
Да.
Вот чисто по боксу пустых Хамзат лучше. Вот чисто по боксу. Это мое мнение. Просто здесь есть такой момент. Ты можешь сфорсировать события. Там раунд, 2. Но если ты его не финишируешь, ты очень много энергии потратишь. А потом надо в чемпионских боях.
Whereas Robert Whittaker sees Dricus du Plessis as the favorite going in. In Whittaker's view, the only certain thing is that Khamzat Chimaev will get his takedowns, but that alone won't guarantee him the win. Whittaker added that if Khamzat can't finish the fight once it hits the ground, DDP will win as the fight goes the distance.
I think the favorite would have to be Dricus, just because, I think the favorite would have to be Dricus. The only things I can really say with any sort of certainty is that Chimaev will get Dricus to the mat, but if Chimaev doesn't finish Dricus there, I find it hard for him to win. I think the longer the fight goes, Dricus is more favourable. Chimaev has outstanding first round finishes, but every fight that's gone the distance has been close.
Can DDP drag it into those later rounds? Can he get through the first grappling exchanges? If Chimaev can't get DDP out of there, DDP wins. Like DDP wins almost every fight. You can't get rid of him, right? Honestly, dude, he's not going anywhere.
No, I think Dricus is the sort of guy that will lose to himself.
But Eddie Alvarez weighed in with some cautious respect for both sides, admitting it's tough to bet against Khamzat Chimaev, given his raw strength and relentless style. But Alvarez wouldn't pick a side outright, pointing out that Dricus du Plessis brings an odd, unorthodox approach that makes him a real wild card. He noted that DDP's style might look sloppy or awkward at first glance, but underneath the rough edges, it is highly effective.
I think it's hard to bet against Chimaev for me. The guy's a powerhouse, but I can't pick that. Yeah, Dricus is like this odd character for me. Like I never really watching him aesthetically. It don't all look perfect. It's very it doesn't look aesthetically. It doesn't look good, but he gets the job done. His conditioning's crazy. He's one of the hardest workers in the entire sport, and he finds a way. He's one of them guys who find a way regardless of how it looks. So you can never count him out. But I think Chimaev, if it goes past round 2, Dricus.
Adding to that, Shara Magomedov jumped in with his own shot of confidence for Dricus du Plessis, saying DDP is in strong, capable hands going into this fight. The Bullet stated, adding a little shade too, promising that once it's over, everyone will remember Dricus's name and give him a couple of seconds of silence to mark the damage done.
As I said before, Dricus is in very good, strong hands in this fight, and we will make sure to remember his name with 2 seconds of silence afterwards.
Similarly, TJ Dillashaw emphasized Khamzat Chimaev as the more dangerous package overall. In his view, Chimaev is the sharper striker, a far superior grappler, stronger and more technically sound in jiu-jitsu. But Dillashaw also pointed out the wild card, which is Dricus du Plessis and his awkward offbeat style that somehow always delivers when it matters.
I was like, look, Chimaev's the better striker in my opinion, technically. He's by far the better grappler and has more strength and better jiu-jitsu. Like, DDP is non-stop pressure. He's awkward, and that awkwardness gets it done. I'd say the reason why Chimaev won't win is because of his cardio. I said that before, right? And then I met him, and I introduced him. So this guy's Sam Calavita that I'm talking about. He owns Training Lab. He's the one that gave me my bro science PhD and everything I'm talking about now, and I did it in his garage. So I learned everything you could possibly learn about peak performance and how to get your body there.
Despite that, Dillashaw added a twist, pointing out that Khamzat Chimaev has been addressing that lingering cardio issue by teaming up with coach Sam Calavita, the same mastermind behind some of MMA's top endurance transformations.
Go! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
According to Dillashaw, this new edge means Khamzat will have the gas tank to push Dricus du Plessis all the way to the final bell.
Well, I introduced Arman to Sam Calavita, which has been working with him, and you've seen the way he's been looking lately. But now I've also introduced Chimaev to him. So Sam Calavita's got like some killers in his garage. He does all of his strength conditioning in his garage, which is amazing. It's like Rocky style training. So Chimaev's doing it right now. I highly suspect he's gonna have an amazing, get a gas tank for this next fight, and I think he's gonna get the win because of it. Not only does Sam train you the right way to be this freak of cardio, but he also is going to help him make weight very easy. Sam's algorithms on the water displacement that he's got is next level. He'd always have me show up to fight week.
Meanwhile, these drills are about endurance, stamina, balance, explosive pulling strength, and grip. More exactly what he needs to shoot powerful takedowns, hold dominant positions, and keep DDP pinned.
Good. Right. Oh, let's go to ball.
Adding his perspective, Rainier de Ritter stated that if fighters become more aggressive against Khamzat, they can perform better. He emphasized that fighters like Kamaru Usman and Gilbert Burns let Khamzat dictate the pace by stepping off the gas. He argued that while they were able to hang with him, they missed their shot by not pressing harder and flipping the pressure back on Chimaev.
I think they are like Kamaru, Gilbert. They kind of stepped off the gas for a little bit, if you know what I mean. They kind of gave him the chance to start and to set the pace and to take the lead. And we saw in those fights that they were pretty much able to hang with him.
In contrast, Ritter sees Dricus as a guy who never holds back and never gives the other man room to breathe. And that's exactly why, in his eyes, Dricus might just be the favorite here.
And I think if they would have come out a bit more aggressive, that they would have had a chance to beat him. But we'll see. We'll see. Dricus is a guy who doesn't really hold anything back anyway in the first couple of rounds. So that's why I feel like Dricus might be the favorite in my mind, but we'll see.
I think Dricus is gonna. I think Dricus will win. Yeah. I don't think Khamzat is gonna get him out of there early, and Dricus is a man. He keeps going, and every round though it doesn't really look better, he looks better. His technique, he gets better every round. And I see Dricus like finishing him in the late rounds, like 4th round, 5th round maybe.
However, he stated that Chimaev has been very inactive, and maybe after all this time we will see a very different version of him.
We haven't seen Khamzat as active. We didn't see a lot from him in the Whittaker fight because he took him down, stayed on top, and then finished him pretty quickly. So I'm curious. Maybe he evolved a lot as well. We don't really know where Khamzat is at because he might have just really upped his game and really evolved as a fighter as well. He's training with one of the guys I like to train with a lot as well in Baisangur, Killcliff guy. So I don't know. It's an interesting fight. I'm very much looking forward to seeing it.
In addition, Robert Whittaker didn't hold back, praising Dricus du Plessis, calling DDP tough as nails and the kind of fighter who breaks opponents simply by refusing to go away. Whittaker pointed out that so many of Dricus's wins come down to him absorbing punishment, walking through it, and pushing forward like a wrecking ball.
The way he fights, I think it's obviously with every fight, it's very heavy mindset, like driven. You know, especially for he's tough as nails and he never quits. And he beats a lot of people on the backs of him not going anywhere. You know what I mean? You see a lot of his wins that way. I think like the day that he can't push, head of steel, he's a tough guy. He's strong. He's physically fit. He puts in the work.
Interestingly, Paulo Costa took some sharp shots at Khamzat Chimaev's image and mindset. Costa claimed Khamzat isn't nearly as confident as he pretends to be, calling his whole tough guy persona nothing more than an act for the cameras.
I would say, I don't know why, but I presume because he's not confident. He's not confident enough, you know, as he pretend to be, as he want to show he is. Some reason, I think for lack of confidence, he say, I'm gonna send a message for his woman. I will threaten her. I will try to express my frustration, my lack of confidence to her.
He went further, saying that this supposed lack of real confidence is exactly why Khamzat stoops to sending disrespectful messages to his girlfriend. He further asked if Chimaev did these things because he was mentally upset.
You man is not a man enough. He's a what did he say? Kind of. Yeah, he likes men, and he sent me a descendant picture. He sent her a descendant picture. He say, look, he lost to Adesanya. He likes black men. He's a kind of not man enough. You should look for a better man than him. Something like that. Something no sense. This guy, I think he was very stressed. He was on a stressed situation, you know.
Whereas Chael Sonnen stated that when people start asking how Chimaev would beat du Plessis, they are actually saying that Chimaev cannot beat Dricus. He finds it surprising, given how the narrative has always been that Khamzat can beat anybody.
But the wording of the question demonstrates by the asker of the question who they think is going to win the fight. How does Chimaev beat Dricus? Is a different verbiage for saying, I don't think Chimaev can beat Dricus, and I'm only sharing with you. That's new. You guys have always believed that Chimaev could beat Dricus.
Breaking it down, Chael laid out Khamzat's plan A and B. Either shoot for the takedown, maul Dricus on the ground, but if that fails, bite down on the mouthpiece and get ready to rumble by, boxing it out on the feet.
How does he beat him? He starts with plan A, which is to take him down and maul him. And if that doesn't work, which in the past it hasn't, he attempts to bludgeon him on his feet more than he gets bludgeoned. That's the answer to the question.
However, Sean Strickland didn't shy away from laying out how he thinks Dricus du Plessis can beat Khamzat Chimaev. Strickland believes that DDP can beat Khamzat at his own game. DDP can stuff the takedowns and counter-wrestle effectively.
Did you see DDP and Khamzat got announced?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Where's that gonna be at?
Chicago.
Oh no. They're letting the terrorists in.
Do you think he beats DDP or do you think DDP retains?
You know what's hard? So those little Chechen, they can grapple. And like someone like me who I've been training with for years, I usually could counter wrestle and grapple him. So I just don't know if Dricus can be able to counter wrestle him. But if he can, I think he wins all hands down, you know. I sparred Chechen, like hands down, I think Dricus wins. But it's just gonna come down to like, are you gonna be able to like counter wrestle? And like you can, it's not hard.
Moreover, Robert Whittaker made it clear he wants another crack at Dricus du Plessis to settle the score after taking that loss. At the same time, he admitted that gearing up for a fight with Khamzat Chimaev is very different and not fun. For Whittaker, facing Khamzat means a brutal camp and a totally different grind.
It's mainly that in our first pairing, I let myself down in that fight.
In what way?
And I want to correct that. I'd like to fight him again.
Yeah, is that one?
That would be, yeah, the icing on the cake.
Of all the ones that you would like to have back, is that the one at the top of the list?
Yeah, it is. You know, because the Chimaev fight's a very different fight camp. It's not super fun, right? But yeah, that's the one.
Additionally, Paulo Costa made his feelings about Khamzat Chimaev crystal clear, unloading with zero filter. Costa said he's burning to get Khamzat inside the cage so he can take everything from him, and he didn't mince words about how much he hates him either. In Costa's eyes, he's the absolute worst opponent for Khamzat, and Costa is ready to prove it once they meet in the cage.
This man, I hate this man. I hate this guy. I want to fight him. I want to take everything that he has. I want to take because I truly believe I'm one of the worst opponents for him because I'm strong. I never go back. I never regret. I have a strong hips, strong legs. I can defend takedowns very well, and I'm gonna make a hell of a fight for him.
On the other hand, Ali Abdelaziz looked back on his time working with Khamzat Chimaev and pushed back on the narrative that paints Khamzat as some reckless villain. According to Ali, Khamzat actually has a good heart that most people overlook. He also shut down the talk about Chimaev's supposed cardio problems, saying Khamzat never really struggled with conditioning until the pandemic hit. That stretch, according to Abdelaziz, had affected Khamzat so much that it took a toll on his stamina.
Everybody know I used to work with Khamzat, and I love the guy. I have a lot of for him. I think it's like people seem this crazy guy, but he have a really good heart. He really does. If Khamzat right now, though, if he's focused, and if he's whatever he does, remember Khamzat never have a conditioning problem before this. After COVID, it really messed him up, and I was there. He was bleeding, thrown up. Like it was one of the craziest thing I ever seen. Like thrown up, like blood. It was, and he was in Vegas, right? But also Khamzat moved, you know, stress traveling, and he's a superstar. He's one of the biggest stars in the UFC. When you have this kind of pressure, sometimes people doesn't know how to handle it. And I think at one point, he walked away from that.
However, Abdelaziz made it clear that betting against a fully focused and healthy Khamzat Chimaev is not easy. Still, he didn't dismiss Dricus du Plessis either, pointing out that DDP's unique, relentless style makes him impossible to overlook. For Ali, the real intrigue is whether this one goes the distance, because if it does, nobody knows how Chimaev will look when pushed deep against someone as awkward and durable as Dricus.
It's hard to bet against focused Khamzat, healthy Khamzat. I think he can beat anyone on any given day. But also, this du Plessis guy, honestly, when you look at this guy, like the way he wins, I was like, how does this guy win? You know, like he's just so tough, so durable. And he's a warrior, man. He really is a warrior. You know, I have to give it to him. But also, as talent, as technique, it's Khamzat all day. But if you go to the third and fourth and fifth round, how this fight gonna go? I believe Khamzat can go there, did to him what he did to Robert Whittaker. 100%, I believe this. But if Khamzat doesn't do this, what's gonna happen, right? And this is why we buy the pay-per-view. That's why we're gonna go watch the pay-per-view.
In the end, whether the fight goes the distance or ends early, Khamzat vs DDP is shaping up to be one of the most unpredictable and brutal showdowns. So, are you as excited for the fight as we are? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed the video, like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss a beat. And we will see you in the next video with more exciting updates.